Hi everyone, welcome back to another how-to cooking segment here on Life Choices. Your host Bradley David. We are going to do a bechamel, not a true bechamel. We're going to do a slight variation of it, but if you remember from the video that you saw before, we made a roux, and now what we're going to do is we're going to take a roux and thicken the milk with it. What we have here is 1 pint of milk, and we're going to turn it on, and we want to bring this up. We want to bring this up to almost a boil, and then we're going to add the roux a little bit at a time to thicken it. Once that's ready, then we're going to add some Parmesan cheese that's already been grated, and we're going to basically make a cheese sauce for you. So while this is coming up, it's at about a medium-high temperature. We're just going to let that go for a minute, heat it up, and once it's ready, we're going to then add the roux that we have ready. So as we can see, the milk is starting to slowly boil, which is what we want, and we are just going to add a little bit at a time of the roux. Say not totally half of what we've made, but about half, and then we are just going to whisk it in there, breaking it up so that the flour gets cooked out and the butter dissolves in it. And as it boils, you'll start to see that it thickens. So what we're doing here today is, in essence, the definition of a bechamel, which is milk thickened with a roux. But a true bechamel has a couple more ingredients to it. So when you scroll down into the blog posting of this video, we're going to add this recipe very simply, and then we're going to add the variation of what a true bechamel would be if you wanted to make that as well. Now, as you can see, this is already thickening. And then keep in mind that when you're adding an ingredient like cheese, the cheese itself is also going to help thicken the liquid that you're adding it to. But as you can see, the more you let this go and cook, it's going to just keep thickening. So I'm going to turn down this heat a little bit. We're not going to add any more roux, but we're going to add some of the cheese now. And this, you're just going to go a little bit at a time so you can melt the cheese. And again, it all depends on how much you want to have in there and the flavor that you want to have. Parmesan has a bit of a nutty flavor, but also a little bit of a salt background. And we're just going to turn this down a little bit more to more of a medium-low. And we're just going to let that melt together, cook out the flour flavor, and then you will have a lovely cheese sauce that you can put with your scalloped potatoes. You can pour this over a nice chicken scallopini. You can be as creative as you want with this, but that is a very simple white sauce or bechamel variation, which is just milk thickened with a roux. If you have any other questions or comments you'd like to leave us, just leave it at the bottom. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and I look forward to seeing everyone next week here on Life Choices. Much love, everybody.